bring it to docking, and friends. So this is something where it's just me, Scooby, like all the friends that bring it to docking. And we're going to do an experiment about sharks. So we're going to go over here so we don't get messy, and Clinton's going to be doing the experiment. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to be doing an experiment today.
And because you've been studying what?
About sharks.
Sharks. Okay. So, and this experiment or this demonstration is going to show us how strong a shark's nose is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you were telling me earlier that you know how strong a shark's nose is?
Mm-hmm.
How strong is it?
It can smell a drop of blood like a mile away.
Really?
Yeah.
In all that water?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe even 2 miles away.
Wow. Okay, well, we're going to find out more about it. I think you're right, though. So what we have here is some tomato juice from some salsa, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a cup. So Clinton's going to put 2 teaspoons of this tomato juice into this cup. Okay. While he's doing that, I'm going to ask everyone, what do we use to smell with?
I already know, but we'll give you 15 seconds.
So, okay, so Clinton was just touching what he smells with.
Nose.
Your nose, right? Okay, so when you smell something, you take a breath of air in through your nose and it enters your lungs, right?
Good job on that, guys.
At the same time, sensors take the scent to your brain and your brain tells you what you are smelling. Okay, so right now, what are you smelling?
Tomato sauce.
You can smell the tomato juice, okay? The organ that controls your sense of smell is called your olfactory organ. What is your olfactory organ? Your nose, right? Okay. Unlike us, a shark's olfactory organs called nares are not connected to its breathing. The organs are small sacs with a hole that extends to 2 external openings just below the snout. Okay. Water flows into the sacs and receptors inside the sacs detect chemicals that are in the water. Do you want to go get a picture? Go get the picture of the sharks that we were looking at. So I'm learning a little bit too about sharks. These sensors send messages to the brain telling the shark what it is smelling, okay? So they don't have noses, they have what are called nares, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the water goes into these sacs that are just below the snout. So here's a snout right here, and they have little sacs right below the snout. And the water goes in, and the receptors inside the sacs detect the chemicals that are in the water. A shark's sense of smell varies by species. But most sharks have a very keen sense of smell. The lemon shark can smell tuna oil at 1 part per million. Okay? What that means is it can smell 1 drop of tuna oil in 25 million drops of water, or 1 drop of tuna oil in a backyard-sized swimming pool. You want to know how big a backyard-sized swimming pool is?
This is how big.
Clinton?
Yeah.
Look. Does everybody see this room? See how big this room is?
Yep.
This room is the size of a backyard swimming pool.
Guys, look in here. So it starts all the way from here, all the way.
This is a big workshop. So imagine if this room were full of water.
To here.
this would be the size of a backyard swimming pool, right? So come back over here, Clinton, and we're going to now look. So Clinton just put 2 teaspoons of tomato juice into the cup. Okay? So 2 teaspoons, let's see. Okay, so we need to pour something. Let's add, so we have 2 teaspoons of tomato juice in here. Okay, now we're going to add, we're going to fill this up by about 1/4 of the way. You can't really see it in the video, but you can see it here. You may need to
stop. We can do fast forward.
Okay, so go ahead and stop. Okay. Have a smell at that. Can you smell the tomato juice? Yeah? Pretty strong, huh? Okay, so now that's pretty strong.
From here.
And that only is about 1/4 of a cup of liquid in there
I can
with
smell
2
it from
teaspoons.
here.
Okay.
I can literally smell it from here.
Okay, cool. So now let's come over to the sink. And we're gonna fill this water, fill the cup with water all the way full.
All the way full.
All the way full.
Are you
Try not
kidding
to.
me?
Try not to.
I'll do a little full.
Yeah.
Overflow it.
Okay, that's good. All right, now set it on the counter. Okay. Now can you smell the tomato juice? Actually, we probably should close this.
Yeah.
So you don't smell that anymore. A little advertising for Jack's, okay? All right, now, can you smell the tomato juice inside the water?
A little bit.
Come have a whiff. Okay, so this is not working exactly how it's supposed to be. Come here. I cannot smell the tomato juice in that water. All I smell is water.
That's terrible.
Okay? But here's what's crazy. You saw just a minute ago that there were 2 little teaspoons of tomato juice in that cup, right? Okay? And it was pretty strong, right? Okay, then we watered it down with a whole cup of water. Now imagine if we only took a teaspoon of this, like this, and put it in a pool the size of this room. Remember? Okay, there is no way you could smell that, right? In water this big, but a shark can. And not only that, let's see. It doesn't really say. I'm trying to find. Clinton is practicing his swimming.
I'm not
It
practicing
doesn't say from how far, but I thought we read something earlier that talked about like 2 miles away they could smell a drop of blood, right? Okay. So, Clinton, if you were a shark, how would you, if you were an angel shark, how would you get your prey? If you smelled this blood and you were an angel shark, how would you come and hunt your prey? Do you remember?
No. Smell.
Okay. What about, so angel sharks, I don't remember actually either. Let's look at what I do. Let's see. A sawfish shark. How would you hunt your prey if you were a sawfish shark?
Like, your nose, kind of like
Yeah.
the saw.
Yeah, that's the saw, right? His snout. Does he stay close to the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah.
And he kind of waits, doesn't he?
Uh-huh.
Same with the angel shark. They wait for their prey. What about the bullhead shark? Remember the bullhead shark?
Yeah. It stays on the ground.
It stays on the ground and eats food off of
The ground.
right? Okay.
Floor eater.
He's a bottom dweller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, eats off the floor.
Bottom feeder.
Bottom feeder, yes. Okay. So what about the mackerel shark? Remember that he has a really, really big mouth,
Mm-hmm.
but lots and
lot of
lots of
people
little
think it-
teeny tiny itty bitty teeth.
A lot of people think he's scary, but he's not.
Right. So how does he eat? How does he get his food? He drinks water, gallons and gallons and gallons of water every hour, right? And his little teeth filter the food out of the water, right? Okay.
Before you leave, Oscar Scooby, you have to come over here to guess this. So, I have a question. We have a question for you. What is that? What is that? Hang on. Oh, so what is what's a type of shark that would be a cool mascot?
A cool mascot?
Mm-hmm. Mom, you can't say it. I'll give you 15 seconds.
Do, 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 do. Actually, should we have people put in the comments what kind of shark they think would be a cool mascot?
Sure. And if you get it right, once we open
One of these sharks.
No, it may be. It may be.
Or it could be another shark. But here's some examples of sharks, right?
So when we get our, I just have one thing to say. When we get our website out, the person who gets the people who get the answers right will get a coupon.
We'll see, huh? So,
No,
or
serious.
they'll just get a really happy shout out from
Okay.
you
Yeah, they'll get
For
a shout
those
out
that-
and they'll get 50% off.
that get the shark mascot
Yeah, and
used, right?
Yeah, and when we get our website up, they'll get 50% off on their first day.
Okay,
Just
cool.
their first day.
Okay, right on. Okay. So, what have you learned about sharks today? What other things have you learned about sharks?
Wow. We've learned that they have gills, eyes,
Uh-huh.
and that they do cool flips in the water.
Some of them, right?
That sounds like an Oscar. Are you kidding me? That's the most weirdest thing you've ever said.
So what other fins do they have? What are the fins on the top of their backs? What are those called? Dorsal fins?
Dorsal fins. Oh, and there's a such thing called pectoral fin.
Pectoral fin? And
Like these pectorals right here.
Uh-huh.
Ah!
That's on the top underside of their body, right? Or the side? Top side? Okay. And do all sharks have gills?
Baby.
Most of them do, but some do not. Some do not. Okay? How do they get oxygen through their gills? How do gills help them breathe?
Gills.
Remember?
It passes through them.
That's right. The water passes through the gills and the gills trap the oxygen to help them breathe, right? Okay. Clinton.
Yeah.
Then also, so you gonna lift weights? Okay, so what else do you want to say about sharks? Is there one other thing?
They have these eye things called I don't remember.
Membranes. And what helps their eyes, or how do the membranes help their eyes?
So they can hunt.
It protects their eyes when they're hunting, right? So they don't get hurt. Okay. So we thank you for joining us. This video was probably not as exciting as previous science videos.
Before you go, we have something to show you. We can chop a tablet. Hoi! It didn't work. I guess I'm not. Wait, I have my green belt. I'm not up to red belt. Sorry. Well, I can. Bye, guys.